What ended up Wednesday? Hold on. You said they did what now? Stealing human and dog ashes, thinking that it's that cocaine. On December the 15th, 2010, five young men broke into the home of Holly Tins from Silver Spring Shore, Florida. In the process of the robbery, they stole jewelry, electronics, and urns. Yes, urns. Ashes. Let's continue. Now, upon stealing these urns, they confused it with something else, thinking that it was that cocaine. And the actions behind what they did is even more hilarious because, of course, they were sniffing it. Now, the fact that neither one of these young men are over the age of 21 is just astounding, especially thinking that it was drugs to begin with in the urns. But come to find out, what was really in the urns was the ashes of Holly's father and her father's two Great Danes. Oh yeah, they was known as canine. Canine. So a little time passed by, and they end up seeing on the local news that this situation, what they had going on in them urns, wasn't what it was. So they decided to get rid of it, and they threw it off in the river, especially trying to get rid of fingerprints and everything. Y'all, how y'all think they felt knowing that they had dogs and human remains instead of that cane? Hilarious. But they end up confessing to the situation because they got caught up in another robbery. Yes, the same five young men. They just some thieves. They broke down confessing, letting them know that they threw them over in the lake once they realized that it wasn't their drugs that they thought it was, and they wanted to get rid of all evidence. But they only threw one of the dogs in the father's ashes in the lake, and one of the dog's ashes was actually thrown away because at the home it was mistaken for concrete. Ay, 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 y'all. This is a mess. Now, these five young men included were named, but don't get me, forgive me because I don't want to botch them up because it seems like they was from a Latino community in Florida. Two of them were juveniles, so they did not mention their name, but here are the three that they did, plus the time that they were facing because they eventually, like I said, pleaded guilty, confessed, and was sentenced in June. At least two of them were. Jose Diaz David Morenzo was sentenced to 8 years and like 12 years probation because they already had some other pending robbery charges on them. I told you they weren't nothing but some thieves. Matrix Adonluz, he was 18 years old. Jose was 19 if I didn't give you the age. And Waldo Soro was 19, who I could not find.